Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. This time around we're going to be running two Abominations to the front line instead of having the man-at-arm. As much as I love his buffs and camping skills, unfortunately he's getting quick reflexes locked in right now, so he's going to be indisposed of. So instead we are going to go we're going to be running two Abominations in the front line. I could be taking the Helion, but let's face it, the Abominations are awesome, and oh shit. I just realized our cultist hit level 5. So, can't take him. So instead, I guess we'll be taking the Arbalist. Now, generally speaking, I run Arbalist in position 4, but it doesn't really matter that much. Considering that I'm not using that, I think it's 20% damage increase in position 4 headband. So let's go ahead and equip whoever still needs to be equipped. As soon as I can take this off of him. Oops. Alright, so this is a little tricky because I need to buff her to the teeth. Gotta keep the Ancestral's lantern. Now I have decisions to make. Do I want to give him additional stress resistance? Or do I want to allow him to do more damage? Let's do this. Let's make him like pure damage oriented. And make him much easier to control in terms of stress, mitigating stress and whatnot, which, you know, isn't optimal in terms of how fast I can eliminate the enemy's lines, but it will give us a little bit of everything at that point. And the other reason for that is because he's going to be mainly sitting in the front line. He is going to be the one that's transforming non-stop, meaning that he'll be dealing more damage to the party, which is where more stress damage to the party, which is where this comes in hand, and taking more damage while in beast form, which is where this also comes in hand. So he'll be taking 45% less damage while in beast form, which I think he takes what, 8 or 11 per turn or something like that. Oh, also, this reminds me, this gives me an opportunity to go ahead and to get rid of anything that increases stress damage, since he's part of the Abominations party. Okay, I'll trinket it up. And also, I'm going for A long mission, and B, another Book of Sanity, which at some point I want to have it kind of set up to where everyone in the party, or as many party members as possible, have the Book of Sanity equipped. Now, considering I have no dedicated healer this time around, I definitely want as much food as possible. Let's just grab a little bit of everything. And this time around, I do not want to run out of lanterns, because I know for a fact that the wheel is just a terrible place where you're most likely going to end up backtracking quite often. Now, I take one of everything in terms of whatever is to be found in the wheel, because in a long dungeon you're probably going to meet at least one of every type of curio. So you're going to be this isn't too bad, not too much backtracking. You're almost always going to meet at least one, or encounter at least one of every curio type. Let's go ahead and transform right off the bat, because I don't want this ghoul to be making my life hell.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Look at that, just so much stress heal at the end of the fight. Which I'm happy that that happens because it makes sense. You transform back, the stress heal portion of it should apply, although it seems also a little too powerful to some extent. The fact that without having to waste a turn transforming back into a human, you still get the benefit of transforming back into a human and getting the stress heal out. See, because right now I can transform and I know that they'll have no problem, you know, just having no stress gain at the end of the fight. Aww. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is transform him ahead of time, and I know it's 3 stress, but I can afford to do it, so let's get rid of 3 stress, I guess. Same with him. And just finish this butthole off.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Now, generally speaking, getting rid of anyone that causes stress, just as a rule of thumb in this game, is generally the best case scenario, but it applies even more so in parties with Abomination, because if you don't worry about managing stress, it could get out of hand very, very quickly. And then the Jester won't be able to help. Won't be able to help too much. Now, the good thing is that this is a long dungeon. I have 2 firewood. Worst case scenario, instead of buffing my units, instead I'll just be able to manage their stress with all of the Jester's abilities, which are all stress reduction shit. So, you know, I think it's minus 30 stress. 30 stress heal to one character, 15 stress to all companions. So, all in all, worst case scenario, I can definitely take care of the stress if need be, but I'd rather use firewood in order to buff my units instead. So next round he's dead, so I can afford to transform him back and use everyone's essentially healing abilities. He only took 3 stress. That's negligible. Look at that, I healed it right back. So You know, with these trinkets and
victory nonetheless.
quirks and just party composition in general, there's absolutely no problem with stress. I don't actually need to go there, so let's just have her disarm this. See what's over here. Do I want to use the shovel? I don't have 2 left. Nah. Now, considering that I'm doing so well right now in terms of managing stress and health, considering we have no dedicated healer and these guys are healing themselves when they're taking most of the damage right now, but she could always heal herself. The gesture is SOL. Yeah, I should have raked just now. I'm gonna go ahead and let the torch go down a little bit. And then I'll just camp once it hits 0.
Monstrous size has no
Which I know seems counterintuitive considering I have 14 freaking torches. But I do want to increase my treasure gain right now. Screw it. Let's just drop it.
Indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold. Ringing ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
These guys have incredibly high dodge, so definitely want to buff it before the fight starts.
Masterfully executed.
No kidding. None of them moved. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and camp. I don't need to, but I want to open up a slot in my inventory and go ahead and buff all my heroes. Stress damage, that's something I want to give them, but I also kind of want speed buffs. Now I have decisions to make. Let's go ahead and just get the speed buff.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Let's just go ahead and bring the torch down to 0. Since we are still doing extremely well. And that's why I didn't use my shovel. Definitely need additional accuracy against these dogs. I went ahead and used blind fire. Just wanted to give her some extra speed so she goes first next round. Or not. Holy shit! Damn. 17 speed. 17 speed, no kidding.
Victory. Perhaps the turning point.
And you almost forget that guy has 40%, I think, 40% protection. Oh, I just realized I need to take the bright tambourine off if I'm running dark, since he's taking a lot of extra stress right now. So that was a big mistake. Great.
One can sometimes find clarity in madness, but only rarely.
Now here's the good thing. If I heal him with his stress heal ability 7 times, I think. Yeah, 7. 7 times. No, 7 will bring him to 91 stress. Well, when they... Sorry, I'm just doing some math in my head. Once he hits 0 stress, he'll stop being abusive, and then it's no big deal at that point. He'll have to keep doing that. Really?
Devastating blow.
So, yeah, shit hit the fan, but here's the thing. This isn't the end of the world, and better yet, it's a great way for me to show how even from, you know, a lot of stress on multiple characters, I won't have any problem of not only managing, but lowering their stress over the course of this run. Also, having brought additional... Oh shit, come on, how many of these am I going to encounter this match? Sorry, this dungeon. The good thing is that also, yeah, I mess with the torch lighting, and I ended up having to bring 4 torches to bring it back, but luckily I brought more than enough, so... Not the end of the world. Yeah, 40% protection. Earlier I was just guessing based on memory. Alright, so the cool thing is I can transform them and use their stress heal ability.
triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that opportunity to, grant him with some additional stress reduction, just until I can get within normal levels. Now, I know I could get rid of this, which increases stress damage taken. But right now, I want to keep the crit chance because, crit chance also means stress reduction as well.
A decisive pummeling.
As seen. I need to stop him from being abusive. I brought her, to normal levels in terms of she's not at risk anymore, especially since there's no stress makers here. She's not at risk of becoming or hitting 100 and getting virtue check. And I need to get rid of him being abusive so that he stops stressing out the team. So he's probably caused around 40 or 50 collective stress so far. More to come if I don't take care of him. Sorry, just grabbing some Tic Tacs. Alright, cool.
Precision and power.
Very slowly but surely, stress is being managed. And that's why this composition is so damn powerful. Some good decision making, you can control the flow of battle, and even if shit hits the fan, very slowly, regain control over everything.
This expedition at least promises success.
Oops. Yeah, it's higher disease resistance. So let's go ahead and use him. Ah, cool. Alright. Here, okay, first of all, let's stop him from being abusive. And this time around, I can just stress heal with these guys. Ah, she was supposed to clear them with Ebola, but look at that. You wouldn't even have imagined that he became abusive. Abusive, which is probably the worst stress-inducing affliction there is. And now it also means I could go ahead and change these back. Okay, so she'll be able to disarm it. I forget what I need in order to interact with this. I think it's holy water, but I feel like if I do that, I'll also get like minus 20% dodge or some insane shit. So I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe I'm confusing it with something else. This is what I want to get rid of. Ah, good, yeah, okay. Removes? No, gives me something. Did I lose? Alright, not bad. Ooh, actually, that makes him great for the Warrens now. Gotta get rid of him. Now, I wanted to talk a little about the Jester, because I know that some people may think, yeah, the Jester is nice and all, but it's a wasted hero slot. You could have someone else that deals more damage or heals in the background, like having an extra occultist in this particular party composition. And while that is true, Jester fills in a role that nobody else can really do as well, which is be a buffer and stress healer. The awesome buffs that we receive from heroes like the Man-at-Arms, for example, the Jester can put on his team in a single turn. Oh, I need that shovel.
Or is it merely a
Can
trick of
put
the
on his team in a single turn with his battle ballad. So on top of that, he serves another role which nobody else can really do as well, which is to be a stress healer. Now, yeah, the Crusader, yeah, the Crusader can be a pseudo healer for stress, and many heroes can manage their own stress, like say the Abominations, the Lepers, and the Hound Masters to a certain extent, although again that's more of an AoE stress heal. I'm trying to think, I can't think of anyone else that has any stress heal. But at the end of the day, oh shit. At the end of the day, nobody really does that job as good as the Jester. And the other thing to him is, if the party gets shuffled, the Jester isn't completely useless in ranks 2 and 3 like some heroes that are a position 4 hero may be. Not completely useless, but not the best either. So, overall, I'm very happy with the fact that with Abominations in the party, Jester suddenly fills a niche role that prior to this patch really couldn't utilize. I'm not saying he couldn't do, he could do it very well. It's just there wasn't any circumstances where he'd really shine at it. Whereas over here, where what was over here, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, by like the 7 rooms later, essentially, the Jester brings all of the party members' stress levels back to normal, and I didn't even have to use the campfire abilities that he has. So, all in all, I'm just very happy with the Jester as a part of this team composition.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Now, I went ahead and ditched the torches because... Let's just make some cleanliness here. Because we're almost done with the dungeon and I still have a campfire left. Oh man. Oh. That's actually good. Because Faithless doesn't really have much of an impact on me. Wait, what's their stress levels at? Okay, yeah, I can afford to proceed. Alright, so this puts me in an uncomfortable position, because now I will need to start using her healing abilities instead of using her offensively, which may end up forcing me to camp.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud. Ancient. Lie in wait. Unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Let's go ahead and heal up.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won. Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
Now, I should rake to kill them. You know what, I'll go and just do that. She's gonna be able to act first next round, or amongst the first, so we're gonna be fine.
The promise of safety.
Oops. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and toss her in the back so she can heal the Jester if need be. Last thing I want is to lose him here on the... I don't need the shuffle anymore. Last thing I'd want to happen is to lose him on the last room, as unlikely as it is. Ask where the dungeon. And again, notice we're practically ending the dungeon with no stress on any of our heroes. And I just love that. That's lame. But it doesn't make any difference to me because they're just gonna use their escape cloud. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Now notice instead of just raking and killing them, gonna go ahead, transform, heal up, get as much stress off of them as possible, then finish them off with my Arbalist.
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
And there you have it. Another perfect run.
Endless battle, but one that must be fought.
Lots of gold, no stress. And of course, stress-related
The poor
negative
caretaker.
perks.
I fear his long-standing duties here have affected
I feel
him.
like there's something I could help him out with. Alright, well, anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope that you liked this video, and hopefully, you know, this will give you a little bit some more insight as to the Abomination, and hopefully it'll help you in the future. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good time. Goodbye.